When I reached the age of 65, I started pulling back from people, and here's why. Getting older changes how we view existence, relationships, and the passing of time. I used to be the kind of person who always made time for others, friends, relatives, neighbors, anyone who needed me. But slowly I came to understand that not every bond deserves the effort it takes to keep it alive. Now, at 65, I've realized that distancing myself from certain people isn't about holding grudges. It's about protecting my inner calm, valuing how I spend my time, and giving attention to what truly counts. In this video, I'm opening up about the lessons that led me to this path, from how time becomes more meaningful as we grow older, to the natural evolution of relationships, and even how being alone now feels peaceful instead of lonely. If what I say resonates with you, or even challenges the way you think, you're in the right place. Please like this video and subscribe to the Continuous Motivation channel. Together, we'll discover how embracing these insights can lead to a more peaceful and satisfying life. One realization that's hit hardest is how time feels more meaningful than ever. At this point in life, the idea of time being endless fades. When we were younger, we believed we had forever. We wasted hours in empty conversations and draining relationships or on responsibilities we took out of guilt. But now, each moment feels like something sacred, too precious to throw away. This awareness isn't rooted in fear. It comes from understanding. Time is no longer just a clock ticking. It's the base upon which I build every part of my life. Every sunrise feels more alive. Every sincere talk with a loved one feels richer. Even moments of silence, like sipping tea or walking through nature, now hold meaning I never noticed before. I've realized that not everyone or everything is worth my time. That's not selfish, it's smart. As we age, it's necessary to pause and ask, does this give me peace? Is it joyful? Does it reflect who I am? If not, I release it. Because spending time on things that don't matter takes away from what does. A big part of embracing this new view has been simplifying my social life. I no longer accept every invite or engage in surface-level chats just to be nice. Now I look for genuine connection, places where I can be myself and where others value my time as I do. A heart-to-heart over tea always beats a noisy event where I feel unseen. This isn't about shutting myself off. It's about respecting my journey. I now see time as a wise companion. It nudges me to slow down and appreciate the moments I once rushed through. It encourages me to choose wisely because every decision carries weight. And it reminds me that letting go of what drains me is okay. If you're feeling a similar shift in your own life, you're not alone. There's no fixed guide for how to use your time in this phase, but here's what I've learned. Prioritize what's truly meaningful. It's not about how much time we have left. It's about how we fill it. Protect it. Fill it with calm, with purpose, and with people who lift your spirit. Because once you begin to treat time as the rare gift it is, everything about your life begins to transform into something far more beautiful. Quiet moments sitting on the porch with a soothing cup of tea, listening to the breeze whisper through the trees, or watching the sunset melt into the horizon. These aren't just ways to pass time. They bring a deeper meaning to it, reminding me of the gentle pleasures life offers. Looking back on the past during these peaceful pauses has also become a comforting habit. Rather than focusing on regrets or chances I missed, I reflect on the wisdom I've gained and the memories that warm my heart. Being alone gives me space to turn inward and find acceptance in the life I've experienced. It's helped me recognize the growth I've gone through and be thankful for the person I am now. That doesn't mean I've turned my back on people. In fact, time alone has deepened my appreciation for the bonds I do have. It's made me seek real connections instead of holding on to relationships out of routine or guilt. When I'm with those I care about, I'm truly there, present in each moment, enjoying our time together. Solitude has also helped me recognize my own value. We often fall into the trap of believing our worth depends on how many people we surround ourselves with, but true worth comes from within, from understanding ourselves and knowing what we care about. If you've ever been afraid of being alone, maybe it's time to see it differently. Solitude isn't punishment, it's a blessing. A moment to hear your own voice, to focus on peace, and to reconnect with who you are. The more we welcome solitude, the more we realize how much strength and clarity it can bring. In the stillness, we find balance, joy, and the space to focus on the life we truly want. It's not about cutting ourselves off, it's about living with purpose. And in those quiet spaces, we might just uncover a deeper peace than we imagine. Why I keep my distance from others isn't about holding grudges, it's about protecting my calm. With time, I've learned not every connection is necessary, and not every social event deserves my energy. It took years to accept this, but it's one of the most important things I've come to understand. In my younger days, I felt a duty to always be there for everyone. I wanted to be dependable, the one people counted on. For a while, that brought me happiness, but eventually, it left me feeling worn down. I gave too much to people who didn't give back and to situations that didn't match my principles. Life eventually shows us where we need boundaries, even if it takes time. There were moments when my kindness was overlooked or my time was taken lightly. I ignored warning signs, thinking staying loyal meant staying, even when it chipped away at my well-being. But my outlook has changed. I've come to understand that stepping away from certain people isn't wrong, it's taking care of myself. There's peace in walking away from harmful connections and leaving behind the pressure of being constantly available. I've traded constant socializing for the quiet satisfaction of intentional solitude. Instead of spreading myself thin, I now focus on fewer, more meaningful relationships, ones that lift me up and bring real joy. That doesn't mean I've closed myself off. The people still in my life are here because there's genuine care, not expectations or demands. These connections are built on respect and mutual understanding. They feel easy without stress or conflict. I also distance myself from those who carry constant negativity, those who stir up drama, always complain, or never check in. I no longer make space for that. Now, I put my own peace first, even if it means saying no more or choosing quiet over company. Keeping a distance doesn't mean I've lost faith in people. It means I've learned to respect myself. It's about choosing relationships that enrich rather than drain, and moments that truly matter. Life is too precious to waste on things that bring no joy. And in doing so, I've found a freedom and contentment I never thought I'd have. Have you ever asked yourself, am I the only one who feels this way? As I've grown older, that thought has crossed my mind often, especially as I've become more careful about who I let close. But the more I speak to others my age, the more I see I'm not alone. This feeling is something we share. Life teaches us tough but meaningful lessons about relationships, priorities, and self-worth. For a long time, I tried to be everything to everyone. I wanted to be reliable, supportive, always present. But over time, I saw how that left me empty. Giving so much to others, I forgot to save some for myself. Spoken with peers, I've heard similar stories. Many of us reach a point where we stop trying to be everything for everyone. We begin choosing depth over surface in our relationships. The shallow connections we once chased no longer interest us. What we want now are real conversations, shared laughter, and relationships that feel true. That shift isn't always smooth. Sometimes it feels like leaving behind a part of who we used to be. Saying no to people who depended on us can feel like letting them down, but it's not. It's caring for ourselves. We simply can't carry everyone forever, and trying to do so only wears us out. Taking a step back makes room for people and moments that fill us up, not wear us down. And here's the truth. You're not the only one. Many others in their later years are doing the same thing. It's not about turning people away. It's about finding clarity and peace. It's about putting our well-being first. If you've been letting go of relationships that don't feel right anymore, it's not a failure. It's growth. You're learning to value your time and energy. Letting go of what no longer brings joy opens the way for deeper connections. This phase of life isn't measured by how many friends you have. It's about the value of the few who truly matter. If this message feels familiar, know you're not alone. Together, we're learning to live more simply, more meaningfully, and more honestly. Life isn't about closing chapters. It's about turning the page. Each new stage brings different lessons, different beauty. At this point in my journey, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm learning to accept who I am. This time in life brings a calm kind of freedom. When we're young, we rush, trying to achieve, to meet goals, to live up to what others expect. We live with urgency, always looking ahead, but eventually we begin to see that what matters most is what's happening right now. This stage is about enjoying the simple things. Warm sunlight through a window, a quiet laugh with someone we love, or just sitting in a chair that feels like home. These moments might seem small, but they hold incredible meaning. They remind us that life's true riches are found in the ordinary, in the everyday joys. It's also a time to reflect. When I look back, I see a life made up of all kinds of experiences, some joyful, some painful, all important. Every victory, mistake, and heartbreak helped shape me, and I can look at them with appreciation, not regret. But this chapter isn't just for remembering, it's also for dreaming. There's still room to try new things, to grow, to savor the now. Whether it's planning something, picking up a new interest, or simply being more present, this time in life holds new possibilities. What makes it truly special is the freedom. Freedom to walk away from what no longer fits and say yes to what brings peace. It's about the bravery to live true to ourselves without fear or the pressure to please others. And it's understanding that just being, without needing to prove or earn, is enough. If you're in this chapter of life, I hope you lean into it. Release the noise and pressure. Hold close to simple things that bring you calm and joy. Life doesn't need to be flawless to be beautiful. Sometimes the most meaningful moments come when we stop chasing and start simply being. This chapter is yours. Let it be filled with ease, appreciation, and true happiness. In the end, keeping our distance at this point in life isn't about turning our backs. It's about guarding the peace we've worked hard to find. Life in our 60s and beyond is a chance to focus on what really matters, true connections, joyful moments, and a deep sense of calm. It's not driven by anger or sorrow. It's about choosing to live with purpose. Now's the time to release toxic ties, needless pressures, and the urge to live for others' approval. Instead, we make room for simplicity, truth, and gratitude. This journey has taught us so much, some of it tough, all of it worthwhile, and it's brought us to this moment of peace. If you've been feeling the same way, remember, it's okay to choose calm over chaos. It's okay to put yourself first. Because what makes life rich isn't how much we do or how many people we know. It's the quality of our days and the peace we carry in our hearts.